Hi guys, this is Ashley back with another video. Before we get into the video, like, comment, and subscribe to the channel. Make sure you turn on post notifications. So I guess Sha Carri Richardson's fans are upset because they feel like Nicki Minaj was throwing shade. Now, my last video, I felt like I didn't see how Nicki Minaj was directly throwing shade at Sha Carri Richardson, but they feel otherwise. And they have been tweeting. Some are not really Sha Carri Richardson fans. Some are just Nicki haters. And they have been saying that, well, Nicki really shouldn't be talking because she came in last place when it comes to a Grammy. Meaning that every other female rapper that's mainstream except Doja has a Grammy, except her, and she's been in the game the longest. And so I just don't understand. Can somebody please help me understand how she was directly throwing shade? Because she put the sweep emoji. I mean, I just feel like people just try to hate on Nicki for no reason. Okay, and there's a bunch of tweets like, oh, she really shouldn't be talking because she ain't got no Grammy. She been in the game for 10 plus years. Yeah, she has been in the game 10 plus years and she doesn't have a Grammy. But I don't understand how that correlates to a race. See, when people just say anything, like, how does that correlate into a race? It doesn't make any sense. Because if people were smart, they know politics is involved and there is a committee that decides the winner for those awards. Okay, it's not necessarily about who has the best music, who had the best song. It's about, politics. Who gets the most radio play? Who is more poppin'? Who had the least writers? That's what they care about. And the only time they don't really care about those particular things is when it comes to Beyonce. Okay, because they gonna make Beyonce work for the album of the year. That's just facts. They are going to make Beyonce work for the album of the year. But I just don't understand why every time Nicki does something, it's always the same thing. Oh, she's throwing shade. She's doing this and that. And then they mention her husband, Kenny. Shouldn't she be worried about the case? Well, she is worried about it. That's why she's not really doing anything right now. So it just doesn't make any sense why people think that that Nicki was throwing shade at Sha Carri Richardson. Which in hindsight, even if she was, Sha Carri Richardson has old tweets talking bad about Nicki Minaj and Lil Nas X. So even if she was throwing shade, who cares? I mean, she kind of deserves it. You should be careful what you say on social media, just in case if you get famous and blow up, now you don't have to delete any tweets. And a lot of these celebrities do that. They say certain things when they're not popping, and then they got to delete tweets. Moving on to little Boosie, he says some very ignorant comments on The Breakfast Club, basically saying that, heterosexual people, straight people, don't have, a voice anymore, which is not really necessarily true. This conversation happened on The Breakfast Club because he said he would beat up Lil Nas X for going up stage and being basically naked. But Boosie doesn't understand, he's not that great of a role model either. He's worried about the kids. Aren't you worried about your kids seeing what you be doing? Okay? I could have sworn, didn't you hire two strippers or whatnot to do something to your child who's 11 or 12? And you was bragging about it on social media? You're not really that great of a role model either. You telling women to put their pee on live for $1,000. What's $1,000? So Boosie needs to sit down. Okay. I really don't feel bad that Boosie's career is on Anna Nicole. Okay, because when he came back from jail, everybody was gonna support Boosie. It's the fake support for me. But then, as you can clearly see, people don't really support Boosie like that. I think his last album sold 300 copies first week. His comments were ignorant, okay? It really doesn't make any sense. And he didn't really have like a comeback. He didn't have any reasoning for his opinion, okay? I just think he's that way because he is a hood N-word from Mississippi or Alabama, wherever he's from. And he has little to no morals. And that's just the honest truth. I'm not saying you can't have your opinion, but there's no reason to say that you're going to beat up Lil Nas X when you know you're not going to beat up Lil Nas X. And then try to say, oh, you don't have no opinion, and what about the kids? You are the worst role model ever. So what about the kids? Don't you got like 5 baby mothers, 8 children? Like, you are the worst role model. Now, listen. Do I think that they push in Lil Nas X because he is, gay? Yes. But I also feel like, people don't want Lil Nas X to be pushed. They're jealous. Moving on to the baby, he thanked Hot 937 because they allowed him to perform, even though he is blacklisted. But the baby gotta realize is, Hot 937, they're not nationally syndicated. So of course, they're gonna allow you to perform. If it was The Breakfast Club, iHeartRadio, you wouldn't be performing the baby, okay? See, he has to understand that. Ebro, Rosenberg, they don't really care for Lil Nas X as is. They don't care for Lil Nas X. They don't care for Frank Ocean, And when Nicki was doing those pop records and, Anaconda records, they were like, oh, well, those are for kids. And, they were complaining about those type of records. So they really strictly hip hop over there. Now, if it was iHeartRadio, the baby, you wouldn't be able to perform. But I do commend him for apologizing again, okay, for his actions. And I do believe that he deserves a second chance, okay? Is he a hood N-word too? Yes. But I do feel like he deserves a second chance. I think he was dissing one person, but, he offended more than one person. And he just has to be careful moving forward. And also, congratulations to him and Danny Lay. They had a baby girl. I really don't think that they're together, though. I feel like he don't treat her right, okay? I heard he was smashing these other Instagram models. So, poor Danny Lay, but, she decided to lay down with him. So now she has to be stuck with him for 18 plus years. Okay? Well, anyway, like, comment, and subscribe. Have an amazing day.